Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, everybody, May 18th, 2021, and counting.
We survived the pandemic!
Oh, it ain't over.
Is it over with? My God.
Our governor, Eeyore, says it will be soon.
Eeyore?
Eeyore.
Yes.
Oh
my God, don't you... Listen to our governor speak and tell me it's not Eeyore.
my God, he's a lovely man, and he's a...
Yes, wonderful. He talks like this and very
Oh, I know. He really
talks
is.
And talks.
Oh,
and
I know.
talks.
He's very monotone.
And he sounds like this. And
He's
he
very
sounds
monotone.
like Eeyore.
At one point, he was an up-and-comer in the Republican Party. I don't know where that's going to be now that he's so...
They've outed him as a rhino. He's all done.
Do you believe that there is such a thing as a rhino?
Yes.
I mean, like, what does
He's
that
basically
mean?
a Democrat. He just calls himself a Republican.
All right.
And
we'll
he's
leave
not,
it at
but
that.
he's not far left. He's not like a leftist activist or anything. But he's enough of a liberal to not quite fit. Well, I shouldn't say that. You could be anybody in the Republican Party, but right now the Republican Party is a little bit farther right than he is. Or wants to be.
A little bit farther right.
Not Trump right, just farther right than he is.
Well,
most Republicans go to Trump, well, I like what he did, but he was an a-hole. And yes, I can say that on the radio.
Well, I'm. Oh my God!
Have you noticed how nice the purple flowers are behind Bob?
I know, I
this
like it.
morning?
Bob finally framed me a shot that I could use.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yes. Oh yeah,
I'll
yeah.
celebrate twice. This
Yeah,
morning.
in the second hour, I send you another one.
All right,
that-
it's all set.
Oh, fabulous! Because it's a special day today. I'm not going to tell you, but yeah, I think this is my backyard, isn't it?
I don't know. You took the picture, Bob.
Yeah,
It
I
must
think,
be your
I think
backyard
it's
then.
my backyard. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you have quite the colorful backyard and the trees. This is my favorite time of year. Well, except for fall, but because I like fall.
Yeah.
But that means
You
it's
like winter. I
It's
thought you
leading
liked
into
winter.
Well, I do. So, yeah, I like New England because the seasons change. So they're all my favorite time of year, except when it gets real hot in the summer and I have to go.
Oh,
to
the
beach.
middle of the summer.
Then you won't like
it's awful.
Texas.
You know why? I'm
Why,
so glad
Jay?
that this thing is so over. Well, it's not so
No,
over,
no, we
but it's
can't say
almost
that,
over.
But yes, yeah.
But I'm so anxious to get out. I promised Marianne I'd take her to the beach, and I hate the beach. So, so I'm going to the beach.
No, oh, I can. I
For
can
a weekend
pic-
or just a day?
Oh, she's lucky to get a couple of hours.
I want to.
Come on,
I want a
Jay.
picture of this. I'm sort of picturing.
Get her a
with your
cottage on the beach, and
yeah.
you can listen to the waves.
A puff-
No,
a-
I don't
a
wear
floppy hat.
I don't wear a Speedo on the beach. No.
Thank God.
You're lucky I wear shorts on the beach.
Yeah, no, I wear long pants on the beach. That's why they don't
Jeans.
allow me on a beach.
Jeans and a flannel shirt. That's my beach wear.
Yeah, oh,
Oh God.
I love it. I love it. Hey, everybody, I should tell you who we are. I said my name. I'm Bob Plass. I'm from Westfield on Weekends, westfieldonweekends.com, Westfield on Weekends on Facebook. And this is the Kitten of the Keys, Peter Coles. He's in the center box right there. Peter, hi.
Hello.
And there is...
With the rabbit ears?
Yeah,
Is that what
yeah.
that was?
And
Yeah.
to my...
Point to the corners of the box.
Oh.
To my left on television or to my right on television? I'm
If you're
watching it-
looking at the TV
Yeah.
and it's not a mirrored image, which you can do on a TV now.
Oh, you can. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Sure, yeah.
And then I would be to your left.
So I am. So Jay, for everyone who's watching on Channel 15, is to my left.
No, I'm to your right, but on TV I'm to your left.
Okay.
I'm stage right.
Stage right, yeah.
Stage. Oh.
Stage.
No.
Stage left.
No.
You're stage left.
No.
No. Yeah.
Because
I'm
the crowd
sta-
is facing you. So
Yeah.
stage whatever it is crowd facing you.
No, other way around.
No, I'm the actor. Stage right is to the right.
Yes.
Stage right is to the right.
From the actor's point of view.
Right. From
I'm testing Bob.
and stage left is here.
I know the answer, but I'm
Did I
testing
get
Bob.
the right thing? Is that right?
Yes.
Exit, stage left.
Thank God.
You want to go back and watch a Snagglepuss cartoon, and then you'll find out which is stage right and which is stage left.
Oh, man. All this discussion was caused by the trusty, dusty, lusty, musty, crusty, well-modulated sidekick who is sitting next to me, who will be at the beach, near a beach near you in weeks to come. Yes.
Well, good morning, Robert. I am so pleased to be here, as I am every Tuesday, because you bring me coffee.
Oh,
Amen to that.
yeah,
Yeah.
look at this. I
It's been 7 years, and you're still bringing us coffee.
Oh, I know. 7 years worth of coffee ought to be something.
It's-
I used to take it off my taxes.
All right, Bob,
believe
what's
it or
up
not.
with the green today?
Look, I found this is. You remember this? This was the. I'm not putting it on. This is that thing that goes here. That goes like
A
this.
neck gator.
It's a neck gaiter, yes.
Look like I look.
So are you gonna-
Princess
are we gonna-
Nefertiti.
are-
But it's all lime today. I don't get it.
Are we going to be burning masks in June? Is that
No.
what
Oh,
we're
I
going to be
wonder-
doing?
Make sure you properly dispose of them.
Yeah.
No, you know what?
Don't leave them on the street,
No,
street
I
corner
was
like
thinking
used
about
needles.
this during flu season, or just prior, whenever they the
Bob,
powers
you,
that be.
you realize I read an article yesterday for a guy who double masked the entire time.
Yeah.
Still got it,
Uh-huh.
and now wants to wear a mask for the next 5 years. Don't be that guy, Bob.
I am not, but I am not going. I love the idea that I did not get a cold this year, nor did I get the flu, and
That's because you stopped associating with people.
no,
They distribute the virus, Bob. It has nothing to do with the mask.
Peter. That's not scientifically correct.
Yes, it is, Bob.
No, it isn't. I
If
can't
you
accept
read about
that.
most of the masks you were wearing,
Where are you reading?
Bob, the mask that we give out here, right,
Marvel
in the
Comics?
school, The one that says does not prevent the virus transmission. It says it on the box. That's the mask most people were wearing.
But
it only protects you from giving it to somebody else. It does not protect you from getting it, Bob.
Oh, I get it. Well, in order for other people to wear masks.
Them's the facts, Bob.
Yeah, okay. So for me to demonstrate to people that during the flu season, it might be advantageous for us all to wear masks and to wash our hands very regularly so that we don't get the flu and or a cold, because I love the idea. The only thing is...
Can I just say something, Bob?
Yeah, what is that?
You do you.
Okay.
I won't bother you doing you.
I know it. But can I just express to others? Wouldn't you? How about you, Jay?
You can do all the virtual signaling you want.
Would you consider wearing a mask during the cold season or flu season if indeed that was going to help us all not to get sick?
The opinions expressed here are those of the producer and the host, and not necessarily that of the management of WSKB.
Jay, I can get you out of this.
You are muted.
On the other hand, it's very nice plumage there behind Bob. Very nice
You're not even taking a stand here, are you?
Jay never does.
No, the thing I'm most excited about is that live music is back. We had our first concert this past Friday night. Oh,
it was good.
We had a room full of blues came in, and these guys...
They're very Zydeco, aren't they?
Yeah, well, they're bluesy.
I know, but they were more Zydeco than blues. Had that Zydeco
they brought a lot of classic swing to the evening.
And a lot of New Orleans to it, too.
Yeah, so it was fun. And my favorite part is when they got there, I could tell, and they said it, we're all nervous. We haven't played out in a year. They were tight as if they had never skipped a beat. So, room full of blues, 50 years of blues here in the Northeast.
Jay?
It was good. We had, obviously, I would have loved to fill the place, but it was
half.
About halfway back on the field, and it's for a first show. I think that's kind of what we expected.
Yeah.
Next show up is June 11th, and that's going to be Beatlemania again. And that should be that's going to blow away the area.
That'll too.
I don't know if there's any tickets left, but go ahead.
No, this is at the Wick in Southwick.
Yeah.
You can go out and find out more about this and a whole bunch of other shows that are happening this summer at westfieldlivemusic.com/Southwick.
Well,
that venue is so nice because
go ahead.
They're high up enough on a hill so that it doesn't matter how far back you are or where you are in the row. You could see over the other cars to the stage.
Yeah, it was.
I thought that was really good.
Interesting. Well, the other concerts this summer happen to be in Westfield. There's some great ones in Westfield, and I wondered what now as the summer approaches. The first one is in July, isn't it? At behind the Boys and Girls Club.
It's starting at the end of July. I think it's the 26th, the last Saturday or the fourth Saturday in July.
Okay, so now that they're raising the requirements for masking and all that sort of stuff, will that change it? Will it become a sit-down concert, or are you still doing the cars? Somebody asked me that this weekend.
I would say at this point we are planning the cars, the drive-in as advertised. However, we are open to options if the local health department allows. So, I don't want to be the first super spreader event, and frankly, I don't think we're going to be.
No,
but
we're a herd immunity.
Yeah, we're herd. Well, we're a herd. We're a herd of something.
We aren't, Peter. Because do you know that
we're at 60% nationwide?
Nationwide, and in Westfield, we are the third lowest city as far as vaccinations are concerned.
Oh, I thought you meant altitude.
Yeah, that's because we have a lot of immigrant populations, and the education hasn't gotten to them yet.
Yes. Well. Yeah, or
again, an opinion.
Okay, an opinion.
Yes,
an opinion.
The opinions of those are never mind.
Yeah.
So the music is back. Go out to westfieldlivemusic.com/Southwick for the Southwick shows and westfieldlivemusic.com for the Westfield shows. And if you see something you like, click on buy tickets here, and you'll enjoy that. We have Beatles. We have Foreigner's Journey is going to be the next one, the July show in Southwick.
That's the one I want to see.
The end or the middle of July, July 17th, we have a Celtic Music Festival. That's going to be over at Westfield State University. That's being put on by the Glasgowlands Scottish Festival, since they weren't able to do the festival this year.
Wow.
That takes That takes 6 months to plan.
Yeah.
It's not like you can. Oh, gee, we're going to do that in July.
Well, it used to be that.
And
that
the governor had
festival used to be in Westfield.
Well, it used to be in
years ago,
Blandford.
the
Yeah, it used to be in Blandford. But that's one of the reasons.
No, it was at Stanley Park for a while.
Before that,
before
it
that
was
was in Blandford.
Oh, it was.
Blandford
Oh.
Fairgrounds.
Do you know why?
No, tell me.
Because that Blandford was originally called Glasgowlands.
No.
It was
And also, it
settled
was
by a
originally
lot
a
of
benefit for the Scottish church out there, as I recall.
But it was Glasgowlands before. It was
Oh, I know.
Blandford before the church was built. So let's be accurate.
Well, I mean,
here.
the first festival was a benefit for the church.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember
it
our
was-
interviews with Peter.
And it was so successful, they did another one and another one and another one. And then they outgrew Blandford, so they came to Stanley Park. And they
That's right.
outgrew Stanley Park, so they now take over Look Park in Northampton.
It's true.
But not last year, not this year.
Yeah.
But we're going to
Well,
have some Celtic music.
Yeah, you couldn't plan it because the governor was telegraphing the end of the summer. So
Yeah.
So when would that concert be, as opposed to the first Bohemian Rhapsody here in Westfield?
33 to 3rd.
Now you're hitting. Well, let me tell you who's on the 17th first. The Celtic Festival. There has been what's been termed a haggis vacuum here in the
I love
Northeast.
Yeah.
So, and that's because Enter the Haggis, who traditionally plays New Year's Eve in Northampton.
Yeah, the Northampton.
And
First
yeah,
Night.
they play 4 shows up there every New Year's Eve, and they all get sold out. And then, of course, they've played many years at the Glasgowlands Scottish Festival. So
Yeah.
that was our first phone call, and they just raised their hand and go, "Yeah, we're there." Well, no, they said, "Wait, let me make sure we can get passports."
Sure.
So yes, they are here, and that's going
And
to
so
be.
when you say it's a Celtic festival, that they're going to have more than one band on that day?
Yes, they will have an opening act called. It's a local Celtic band,
Celtic.
Irish, whatever, and that's going to be Shindig, which these guys are from around here, and it's a little 3-piece band. They're a hopping little band.
Oh, wow.
It'll be a
Okay.
lot of fun.
So you can get information on all those at westfieldconcerts.com?
Westfield Live Music.
Westfield
.com.
Livemusic.com.
Yes.
And
Yes.
you can get the Westfield on Weekends schedule for the concerts at Westfield on Weekends.
Yes, you can.
This because the concerts in Westfield benefit the Westfield Kiwanians, one concert, and
That's going to be the big '80s concert
The
in
big 80s,
in September.
and then the
August. I'm sorry.
August, and then there
Go to the website and look.
and then there are 3 concerts that benefit Westfield on Weekends.
That's correct.
So somebody online, I have to correct this. So listen carefully, everyone. This is not Music Fest, okay? Music Fest used to be the free concerts on the green. Somebody did an assumption on Facebook saying that we were producing these concerts. These concerts are not produced by Westfield on Weekends. The paid concerts are produced by Westfield.
Jason Poland, actually, Westfield Concerts is what he's doing. Jason is on the board of Westfield on Weekends, and he's kind of picked up the ball where when I left, and I love doing anything big and elaborate and the spectacle,
That's right.
as it were.
Yep.
He is very good at doing that as well. So when he and I were talking about the possibility of doing this, and of course we're talking about this 6 months ago or more, and it really came together. We want to be able to, because arts organizations, a lot of nonprofits have had trouble raising funds over the past year for obvious reasons.
Right.
So we says, well, look, let's bring live music back, have it be a ticketed event, and we want to put a fair price on it, make it affordable for people. And frankly, the tickets start at $25 a person, and that's not bad for live.
Oh
music,
my God,
trust me.
no.
People are paying $50 to $100 a person.
Picture yourself going to.
I think I was paid like $40 for the concert I'm going to this weekend up at Berkshire Theater.
Yeah, and if you go
That's
to
a Doobie Brothers show.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But if you go to the Iron Horse, sometimes you pay as much as 55, 65,
Did they?
depending on it.
Did the Iron Horse survive this?
Yeah, he'll
He's coming back?
They'll stay open.
Yeah. So
I was wondering
so
about that
folks,
because the places like that are kind of
Yeah.
sometimes on the edge.
So I would say if you hear somebody saying that, you can explain to them the difference. Now, Music Fest is going to happen in a different form this year, and it'll be later in the year. And wait to hear things about
Stay
that.
tuned.
We're
for
gonna need
more
our long
information.
johns?
Yeah. No. It's going to be in a revised form. That's gonna be
Fan mail
exciting.
from some flounder?
Yeah, fan mail from some founder.
Huh?
And
Oh, come on. You got to be a Rocky and Bullwinkle fan.
Yeah.
That was a line from Rocky and Bullwinkle.
And of course, it will be free at that point. We are really working hard after a year off to raise the funds for events and such.
And that's what
people,
we're trying to do.
That's
We're
what
trying
people
to help
don't
them do
understand
that.
either.
Yeah.
Is to put it on for free, there still has to be money to pay bands and stages
Oh my God!
and audio and lighting.
Sure, of course, and you
There's
have
still
to raise
costs.
You have to raise that money, and
the
then you
government-
have to produce it.
The
as well.
government doesn't fund that.
No, and we are not an arm of the government as well.
Correct.
So,
That's what I'm trying to tell people.
Yeah.
And we do have to thank, though, the city of Westfield, the mayor, the police, and
Health Department,
health department,
Parks
They-
and Rec,
where they don't fund this.
Department
They
of Public
support
Works.
it.
They allow us to play in their backyard. Basically, it's city property, and
Yeah.
that's just huge.
Isn't
you
it
know,
great? Yeah.
it's being able to use the Parks Department is really the entity within the city that helps do this, and they just do a wonderful job of making the area beautiful where we do these things.
That's
You know,
absolutely right.
Listen,
yes,
for
Peter.
all the people that complain, I remember the old Park Square and the new Park Square.
Yeah.
And I thoroughly, having to schlep equipment across the old Park Square, I much prefer the new Park Square.
Oh, the new Park Square is wonderful.
Just
It's
remembering almost killing myself carrying a speaker and tripping over
Yeah.
a root of a big old tree that was exposed and like there was room underneath the root.
What nobody painted the root orange?
Yeah, right. Exactly. I almost killed myself doing National Night Out
Yeah.
once or twice there.
Yeah, the Park Square is a wonderful venue for smaller events. The larger an event, the more the police have problems with folks, pedestrians, especially children, and so you have to maintain the size of an event on Park Square.
Are we overdue for a break?
I think we're way overdue for a break.
I just texted Rick Berry. I want to
Yeah.
see if Brewfest is still going to happen in September.
Oh, Westfield's Brewfest. Yeah.
That would be
okay.
fun.
Gotcha.
More to come on that.
Yes.
Yeah. David Garrett is a rock violinist, this is sort of a heavy metal version of a song that reminds me of Jessica Martin, who will be on the show a little later. Of course.
Jessica's coming?
Jessica is here. Yes, she wasn't on last month, and so we are celebrating Jessica today. So all things
Can
Jessica
we tease her
in
a
our
little
music.
bit?
Oh, heck, we could tease her
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
oh yeah. Flight of the Bumblebee is what I'm going to play
Love
by
this
David
song.
Garrett. Here we go.
One, two, three, four.
Underwriting for WSKB's community radio programming is brought to you in part by R. Levesque Associates. They are offering landscape architecture, civil engineering, environmental permitting, and land surveying. RLA is a second-generation company devoted to excellence in the planning and design of outdoor spaces. On the web at rlaland.com or at 40 School Street in Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass and Jessica Martin, the diva of real estate, books, and bees.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday, and I have to tell you that I am in the process of. I had a rough week. As you know, the adventures of house selling is something else. Especially when you do it with your family. You know.
That's the worst, man. Like trying to fix up my mom's house.
Yeah.
Well, first we had to convince her to sell it, and then fixing it up with her just over your shoulder. Mom, we know what we're doing.
Well, it's worse when the parents are no longer in existence here on Earth. They're up in heaven someplace, looking down and wondering, what did we cause? So when you have a brother, a sister, and another brother, all having different methods of working, all have different methods of
A little bit of a different take on things.
Oh man, it's so something else. And you know, I made up my mind that I wasn't going to be angry and whatever. And we can talk to Jess as she comes in about this sort of stuff. And I gave up. I mean, like, I think when in families, tell me if this is right, Jason. Gino, Jason. Yeah. Gino, tell me if this is correct. There is a point at which you pick your battles, and especially in families. And if indeed you're struggling to fall asleep at night because you've just had a discussion, quote unquote, with your family member, you know, what do you do? And I finally said, you know what? Let me discover what's beyond the argument, and let me find the person inside that really wants the same thing that I do.
This is what you do.
To sell the damn house.
You pull the bow back and that's what you do.
Oh, that's right.
It's all relative, and relatives are never mind.
No. So I managed to keep my big mouth shut, and I said, if you can't beat them, I mean, you know how you get in those arguments where you
did
win.
You cave, Bob?
Yeah. Well, winning and losing are two different things. And when you have this philosophy, I need to win, versus I need to compromise.
Bob, you tell them how it's going to go. You tell them how it's got to go, and you finish it up with.
And that's the bottom line. Because Stone Cold said so.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, I say that, and then and that's the bottom line becomes louder, and not so much that there's going to be a fist involved in it, but holy mother! So I joined the resistance, and I then said, okay, you want to take a little bit more time. All right, I'll clean the toilets. I'll clean the kitchen. I'll wash the floors. I'll do whatever I have to do to help both my siblings. So my sister and I actually, you know, when you have a triangle, there's always the two sides to the triangle, or the two. When you have three people, there are two always man up against the other, and sometimes it shifts, et cetera, et cetera. So my sister and I had a nice discussion, and we decided, yes, we are going to not have arguments, and we are going to clean. So I started cleaning. Now, Jay, you got to hear this. My brother refused to take the range hood from the stove, okay? You know what? Like the range. There was in the kitchen. There was a stove. The stove is left. There's no stove there, but he left the range hood. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what do you feel might happen if there's a range hood just sticking out of the wall?
I would think that if you hung out under it, you wouldn't get wet if it rained.
That's true. And if I were cooking, if I had a little barbecue there, all the flame, all the
fumage.
The fumage, yeah, the scents of the onions, the fried onions, would go up there, etc.
I don't like onions, but I like fried onions.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's one possibility. What else? I mean, suppose you were just like cleaning in the kitchen, and there happened to be a basket underneath the range hood.
With goodies in it?
No, it was garbage.
Oh.
It's a trash can.
Ew.
So there's this trash can under the hood.
Okay.
So Bob is cleaning up because my brother is a little less neat than I, believe it or not, and if that's possible. And so I pick up the trash to throw into the trash can.
Okay.
And I bend down. Now, what do? You move your head a little forward when you're throwing something in the trash, don't you?
No, if you're a good basketball player, you stand back at the foul line and
well,
throw.
if you're a 75-year-old man who's cleaning the house,
then you shuffle over to the trash and drop it.
And you drop it in, and this is the motion. I'll describe from the radio. You move your head forward and you sort of throw the thing in there. Okay.
Okay.
So I moved my head forward, and what did I hit?
Butted.
My head butted into the side of the range hood in the kitchen.
So
that
it
is
was
made
a
of
low
steel.
range hood.
And this is an hour before. No, I'm sorry. 10 minutes before the carpenter or the carpet cleaner is set to arrive, because I've just removed the piano with the piano movers arrived. So the carpet cleaner is coming, and all of a sudden I start bleeding from the head. And I am bleeding profusely from my head. And
Bob had a hardcore match at his house.
Yes. And Jessica's here, and she's listening to this. And
She's
I can't
laughing.
wait to hear.
She was laughing
Okay.
in the control room.
So I'm bleeding, and I look around. There are no cleaner or anything. This is a spotless kitchen that I cleaned every bit of.
I thought you'd be looking around to see if anybody saw you do it.
Oh, yeah. No. Yeah.
That's
Well,
the
I
first
knew
thing
at
you
that
do when
point.
you do
My
that. Yeah.
first thought was, oh, no, it's my head again. It's my head again. So I run over, and there's a brawny roll of paper. There's a roll of brawny paper. Okay. So then I mat it up, and I'm at the mirror, and I'm patting it, and I'm patting it, and I'm patting it, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? I got to go to the hospital. I got to get stitches. I got to do this. So I said, with my one hand, I called the carpet cleaner, and I said to the carpet cleaner, please, I'm going to leave the door open. I'm going to the emergency room. I've just cut my head. Come in, clean the carpets. I'll see you afterward. He said, I've never heard that for an excuse ever. I've never heard that for an excuse.
See, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. At least you dripped blood all over the house before the carpet cleaner came
Right.
in. So you
Well, I couldn't. No. Oh, no, I couldn't leave the kitchen. That was the problem, because there were white rugs all over. They're tan or
But the
something.
carpet cleaner was coming. What were you worried
So
about?
we just got an audio recording of Bob right after he struck the hood.
Yeah, let's hear it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I love Yosemite Sam.
I do too.
So take
Mel
a look.
Blanc is the best.
Now you see Jay. So I go.
you have
Instead of
Scar?
going to the emergency room, I went to Dr. Al.
We're going to
because-
call him Scar
Yeah.
from now on.
Yeah. I'm going to have a scar up here that's going to make me look like Harry Potter. Once my balding, I'm going to look like Harry Potter at 85. You know, it's true. I'm going to start wearing those glasses now. But this all happened. I had to blame someone because
Why? It's your fault. You whacked the hood.
My brother put
Yeah,
the
you
brother
tripped
put
over
the basket up,
and you tripped over the root on the green, on the old green.
Oh,
and
I
you were
did.
trying to blame the root.
Yeah, I was trying to.
So there.
Yeah, no. I know. So then out the window went my kindness to my brother at that point. Out
Oh,
the
so
window.
that's where
There were
this is
no
going.
arguments or anything. And so I said, yeah.
Yeah, what he said.
So I said to my brother, Dick, you can't believe it. He was so kind and sympathetic, but I said, you know what caused it was when you put the basket right under. Well, I put a hat on top of the range, the stove range hood. He said, there's a little hat sitting there, and so now it kind of looks like there it was a fortress. We put lights there and everything. So Bob doesn't go anywhere near this because I've got this cut here. Now it's so, all right, I'm lying. It's a centimeter and a half. I don't know what a centimeter and a half is. They didn't have to do
No
stitches.
stitches?
No stitches. But they did have to send me for a CAT scan because I'm an equiz.
So Jay?
Yes.
Now you know.
Now
rest
you
of
know.
the story.
Now you know the real story.
I gotta
And
get the Mike Rowe version of it.
Yeah, the story.
That's the way I heard
the
it.
The story continues, and we can talk to it after I play another song dedicated to the diva of realty, Jessica Martin. We played "Flight of the Bumblebee" in honor of her being the bee diva. Now she's a house diva, and she's in charge of that range hood. I might even blame her for now. I mean, I gotta find somebody else. No. So I'm gonna play Willie Nelson's "This Old House." "This Old House" sung by anybody is a fabulous song. Listen to the words of this. This old house, and he's trying to get rid of the house. This old house.
Well, this old house once knew my children. This old house once knew my wife. This old house was home and comfort as we fought the storms of life. This old house once rang with laughter. This old house heard many shouts. Now she trembles in the darkness when the lightning walks about. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to all the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. This old house is a-getting shaky. This old house is a-getting old. This old house lets in the rain. This old house lets in the cold. Oh, my knees are a-getting chilly, but I feel no fear of pain, 'cause I see an angel peeking through a broken window pane. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to all the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. This old house is afraid of thunder. This old house is afraid of storms. This old house just groans and trembles when the night wind flings its arms. This old house is a-getting feeble. This old house is a-needing paint. Just like me, it's tuckered out, but I'm getting ready to meet the saints. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to all the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints. Now my old hound dog lies asleeping. He don't know I'm gonna leave. Else he'd wake up by the fireplace and he'd sit there and howl and grieve. But my hunting days are over. Ain't gonna hunt the coon no more. Gabriel done brought in my chariot when the wind blew down the door. I ain't gonna need this house no longer. Ain't gonna need this house no more. Ain't got time to fix the shingles. Ain't got time to fix the floor. Ain't got time to all the hinges, nor to mend the window pane. Ain't gonna need this house no longer. I'm getting ready to meet the saints.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore in the Ely Campus Center. offering Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise, all of your academic needs, and offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Available at the bookstore on campus or online at westfieldstate.bncollege.com.
Listen to me, Michael Buster McMahon, Mondays 8 to 10 a.m. to learn the stories behind your favorite songs. Or don't. I'm not the boss of you.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday, a celebration of Jessica Martin, the diva of books, bees, and realty, and she is right here today in person. Really.
Yay!
You know how much we missed you last month?
Good morning. I'm so sorry about last month. I cannot believe that
Tell
I
everybody
neglected
what
my
happened.
obligation. I wish that there was a story about what happened, but
Well,
the truth is, I did
It was
not.
a dark and stormy
It
night.
was a
What
dark
happened?
and stormy morning. I did not put the regularly scheduled date in my book. So I work off a day planner, like writing, and I carry it around, and I'm very organized with that, color-coded appointments, all that stuff. And somehow the radio show did not make it onto the third Tuesday last month. And I did not check my email in the evening. So you always send an email the night before the show, and we get the notes and all that stuff. And I woke up in the morning, and I went straight to work. I had some appointments. I just started doing things and completely didn't think of it until I finally checked my phone, and I had text messages from Bob. We're nervous. We're worried. Where are you? Oh, what a jerk.
I had Jay go out. Jay actually took the car and went
Search party?
Yeah, a search party.
I went driving everywhere between here and you know, and Connecticut. I just went looking everywhere.
Just in case I'm on the side of the road.
We tried
Bless you.
every bar in that had opened up. That
was definitely a place to start, but yeah, tis the season to be drinking.
Yeah, man.
Well, no, not so much anymore. We're almost we are heading back up the hill from this COVID. The deep depths of COVID.
Is it downhill the easier way to go though? Uphill?
Yeah, this hasn't been easy. No, this is uphill.
Is uphill. What did
both
they say?
ways.
Uphill both ways. Both ways.
Snow, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently you just told me during the break that my house story is going to continue just because the house is now almost ready for the market.
Yes.
My brother told me this week, okay, that you could schedule photographs of the inside.
Excellent.
At the end of this week.
Okay.
But I look and I go, maybe middle of next week. I mean, how is he going to possibly do this? How is he going to humma? That's the attic and the cellar and the garage.
Yeah, and we don't need interior photos of those as long as the first floor and the second
floor. But when
floor
you're selling a house, do people are going to walk out and look at the garage and go, what the heck happened here?
Yes,
Everyone keeps their stuff in the basement and the garage when they're selling. So even when you have a home that you're still living in and it's beautifully staged, like how do they keep it so neat and clean in here? Then you open the garage or you go into the basement and you go, oh, here's all their crap. They moved everything into the basement. So that's a typical scenario. You want all the living spaces to be desirable, clean. People can picture themselves with their own furniture in there. But yes, it's very typical that everyone has stuff and you do have to keep it somewhere. So a lot of times too, it's getting popular to put the pod in your driveway.
Yeah. Oh, so I saw these the other day. You can buy a storage pod that sits in your house.
Yep. Yeah, you rent it out and then you fill it up.
You can transport it.
And they'll store it for you.
Could you, if you needed another room, could you rent a storage pod and live in it?
We moved. That's how we moved my mom in a storage pod.
They might frown on that, but I'm sure it's possible.
Would that be possible, Jason? Jay, Gino?
My problem is that I hate to move things twice.
Yes.
So if I put stuff in a pod and then go and empty the pod out, most of that's going to go in the dumpster. So the best thing is start with a dumpster.
Straight to the dumpster.
Yeah.
We did that too.
Dumpster.
You did it. Peter did that. So
we had a tag seal. Yeah. Then we had a dumpster. Then we had a pod.
Yes.
Okay. So we're doing this totally incorrectly. Because my brother didn't want a dumpster. You know, that was one of the barking things. And Jessica can really relate the story of the dumpster, right?
The dumpster.
He just
was
didn't see the sense of it.
Big, yeah, and it's not that big of an expense, but he was hung up on the dumpster and wanted to do just weekly trash. So it was filling up the bins every week and pulling them out to the street, which is one way to do it, but it's certainly the slow way.
The slow way, especially because we have 4 bins. In Springfield, they have these huge bins. So there are 2 recycle bins and 2 regular trash bins. Well, like every city, one week they do trash and the next week they do both. Yep. So the big ones with the recyclable stuff in it, you can only do every 2 weeks.
Every 2 weeks, yeah.
So I made up my mind, like since I was going to, if you can't beat them, join them, that I was going to carry boxes home that looked as if I might be able to use them for a tag sale. So we have moved, or I should say I have moved, because James doesn't want to get anywhere near the Addams family in chaos. So I've moved all of the boxes of all of these gifts that were given to my mother or my aunt for their weddings from 4,000 years ago. So I have some stuff there that may be valuable, who knows, or whatever.
Estate sale, Bob.
Yeah, so we're going to do it. So James is going to open a little store in our garage. Nice. But now the garage...
Do it all on eBay like Kenny does.
I would love to do it on eBay, but you know how long that's going to take me to put, you know.
You live across the street from a post office. You can get all the packing supplies you need.
Yeah.
Well, true, but when you've got maybe 100, 250, 300 items, look at this pressed glass ashtray. That's got to be worth at least $4 or $5.
Talk to the Kiwanis. Have another auction.
Yeah, put it on the auction block for next year, Bob.
Oh, all right.
See,
well, I got to do something, but at any rate, go. Yes,
we
Jake.
talk about having tag sales, and that term has evolved over the years, right? There was a tag sale, then there's a garage sale, then there's an estate sale, which assumes that everything is more valuable.
Is that right? Is that an estate sale is more valuable than just a plain old tag sale?
Estate sale is everything must go.
It sounds more valuable, and an estate usually implies that it's someone's it's the entirety of something. Like a tag sale is like we cleaned out the basement, we're moving. The estate sale is like usually an end of life thing, like someone's emptying a dead relative's house. Like it's an estate sale.
Yeah, but the latest term I'm seeing now show up is a moving sale. Well, if you want to sell something, why do you keep moving it?
It's true.
Or why would you even consider moving? I mean, like, after this experience,
that's why I'm not going.
Oh my!
My next move is going to be to a very small box, and I've got a guy in Springfield that can help me do that. He runs the crematory out there.
Oh, very nice.
I know some of the hayfees, so
too much stuff is really a big problem that we have. I think just as Americans in general, we hold the stuff and then we can't let go of the stuff. And I think like the younger generations than me are finally letting go, because now I'm seeing when older relatives are trying to downsize and they're trying to get rid of that family heirloom dining room set or whatever. The younger people don't want it because they don't want all the brown wood and the heavy stuff. So you can't even get rid of it for profit anymore, and it's all going in the dumps into Goodwill.
10 years after I moved out of my childhood home, my mother calls me back. She goes, "Hey, what are you going to do with all that stuff in the basement?" And I had half of the basement filled with my stuff, right, from when I was a teenager and in early 20s or whatever it was. And I went downstairs and I go, "I'm never going to be like that." Well, guess what? I'm just like that.
I are like that.
Yeah. Oh, well, when I was young, I would save stuff. I was a saver for my old age. And now I found, why did I do that? I've got these boxes of stuff, and honest to God, and now I'm getting better. But I need help with the pictures and the photos and piles of photos. Some of people, I have no idea who they are.
It's awesome.
That's why you put names on the back of the pictures.
Yeah. Well, at any rate, So, Jessica, just to complete the circle here, sort of.
Circle of life?
Circle.
Yeah.
Now, my next stage is you're going to take pictures.
Yes.
And with the family, and then there's going to start the bidding war.
Yes, the bidding war.
Let the games begin.
Yes.
Now, do you anticipate that my brother and sister and I are going to need some counseling?
Yes. Yes, and as an unlicensed therapist, I will be happy to help.
Yes. Yeah.
But no, it's tough, and I do see just having worked through some of these family meetings with you guys, I do see that when we receive multiple offers on the property, there's going to be a whole nother round of going over who wants to pick what and why. So,
well, is there
I'll get a referee show for that one.
Yeah. what does a realtor, and incidentally, Jessica Martin Realty.com, I guess is
that's right.
That's where you are.
No, we'll play this as we start that round.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Oh, man.
You know what? Put that on your phone. Play that when you're meeting with them, and maybe it'll shock them into reality.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Maybe we can film it and put it on YouTube later, too.
So what?
Oh, reality show.
Yeah.
We'd make millions.
This would have been, oh, my God. People would have been tuning in. We got everything. We got blood. If I could invite a nun over to pray and maybe get a dog.
We're going to pull out the black light and look for the blood spot.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, and Jessica is like the center. She's like Mama Kardashian or something.
Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think that you were right with the question.
Yeah. So what's the baseline in terms of when you start to take bids?
So pretty much the day that the house is listed for sale, I would expect to see a lot of requests for showing appointments. So once some people get in, you can have an offer in your hand as soon as the first person sees it very quickly in this market. Usually people are, listing houses for the weekend so they can show it all weekend and collecting their highest and best offers by Monday and saying the sellers will have a decision by Tuesday. So there's all kinds of scenarios you can do. Which we'll talk about what works best because you do have an upstairs tenant, so we have to work with his schedule. People are going to want to see the whole house.
It's a two-family house.
Yeah.
In other words, yeah.
So the first floor would be open for anyone to tour, and then I would say maybe serious buyers only, second appointment for the second floor. Some people will make offers without even seeing the second floor. And then once those offers come in, we will spread them out and go over them. We'll make a little Excel sheet about what the pluses and minuses are on each one.
I can see this one coming.
And then we can duke it out, yeah.
Now, Jessica, go back, flashback a couple of years. What was the average time that a home was on the market before it sold?
Fantastic question. I used to tell people even just a few months ago, that like 3 weeks on the market was a good amount of time. That was like a fast sale. And if your house is priced right, we do like 3 weeks on the market and then 30 to 60 days to closing. So that's when you plan to have your moves made and all that. But things have changed so drastically. Even just over the last 6 months ago, it wasn't as crazy as it is right now. Things are selling in 3 hours. You can't even get
it's crazy
online.
Oh my God!
And then you're calling to make an appointment to see it, and it's already sold.
So
I'm kind of surprised though, because a lot of people, there's been documented that people are starting to leave New England and go south now.
That's what I was going to ask. Yeah. People are, once I sell the house, wherever I go.
Where am I going?
Yeah, where am I going?
Yeah, so I've been recommending when people call me, it's a fantastic time to sell. It's a terrible time to buy. So if you have somewhere to go, by all means sell because you will make a ton of money. But
what if I just need someone to tell me where to go?
If you don't have somewhere to go, then you need to figure that part out. So some people are renting, some people are downsizing, so they're not.
So that has to be
overpaying because you're going to overpay, but you're getting something smaller, so it's still a lower budget item for you.
Are you?
There's no inventory right now.
Nothing.
Are you seeing the same fast sell? Whether it's a first-time home buyer or, say, an upscale market home.
Yes,
that's the same thing is happening?
Fantastic question. So, again, just a few months ago, I would have said higher price points, a little bit easier because there weren't as many people shopping over $450, let's say, in this area. And then that drastically changed. Previously, like $180 to $250 was like the first-time buyer price point. And people were stepping on each other's necks to get houses. It was crazy. There's 10 offers on every single house, but at a higher price point, it was a little bit less. But I just worked with a couple in Simsbury, Connecticut. I wrote 12 offers for them on 12 different houses that they did not win, where they were very competitive, over asking price, 20% down payment, like dream clients that should get any house they want.
Yeah.
They were rejected 12 times. The house that they finally won, they put an offer on $110,000 over asking price.
Wow. Over asking.
And then agreed in the contract that if the house does not appraise to the value, the sales price in the contract, they agreed to take that money out of their pocket and bridge the gap. Wow. Because the lender will only lend you what they see as value in the house. So if you bid $600,000 on a house and the bank says it's only worth $5,000, you have to make that gap up. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah, so these people are cashing in retirement plans, spending cash.
And then the flip side of it is
you're never going to get it back.
In places like when I was down in Houston and down in Texas, the building boom is so bad that they can't find materials right now.
Yeah.
So my ex-sister-in-law, I had dinner with them, and they're putting up a guy who left Houston to go for a job in corporate America out in the Midwest. The job got eliminated due to COVID. Now he's back in Houston, and he's building a house, but his wife is still I think they're in Detroit.
Yeah.
And they can't move yet, and they're going to move without the house being finished because they can't get materials.
Wow.
It's very stressful for everyone right now.
Well, maybe we ought to have some Xanax, or maybe we ought.
Should I plan to crush it up and just slide it in everyone's coffee? Like,
yeah, listen, if there's
especially for Bob,
whether you want
the
to
Mickey,
or not.
yeah, this is
Slip
very
a
good.
Mickey in the coffee.
Yeah.
Bailey's Irish cream, Bob.
Yeah,
Bailey's Irish cream.
So when you're setting your price, then
yes,
if you don't have a place to go, you really have to consider, well, the money that you're going to put down or get from this house is going to be immediately taken to pay for the motel, the hotel,
exactly,
the
short-term housing or whatever you'll buy next.
So you got to have a talk to the folks about how you're going to pay for where you're going to live while the house is getting ready for occupancy, etc.
Yes. Yep. So and you have to.
Until you find a house.
Yeah. No, and if you want to sell, and that's the other thing is this is something we're seeing a lot. The sellers have all the power because they have the houses. So not only are they getting overpaid and they don't have to fix anything from the home inspection, but also they're picking their own closing dates. So like people are putting their house on the market now and saying, oh, we don't want to close until September 1st, and buyers are getting in under contract and then just waiting because it's all up to the seller. So you can just say, well, my new place will be ready on September 1st, so I'm just going to stay here until then. So everything, all the conveniences for the seller, and the buyers are really the ones who are struggling. I am, again, telling my sellers, don't do that to people. Let's make a plan. Where are you going? And if a buyer comes in and wants to close in 30 days, let's let them, because that's how you maximize.
But when the
dollars.
house is a shrine to your parents that you don't want to give up, get my drift?
Well, that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Then we've got
involved.
Okay, so we can put off the date.
Could we just
Listen,
push this
we have
back
to talk. We've got to strategize before we start to. Oh, you and I have.
We have to
work
have a
do.
meeting
Can you
before
write-
the meeting.
Can you write into the contract that we have to have the little shrine in the front corner of the house with a light on it?
Has
that,
to
you know.
stay. Yeah.
Maybe that's it. A plaque outside.
There you go. You
A
can
plaque.
What
Put a
the,
little
somewhere on
plaque
between here and Sturbridge
So you can
on the
pick up-
turnpike, there is a little shrine that's
Yes.
lit up on the side of the road, and somebody told me it was a Mariana half shell, and I've never heard that term.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's funny.
Oh, for God's sake.
Mariana half shell, and but it's a nice little religious shrine
Seen
there.
it 1,000 times.
Yeah.
We've seen that. But it's all. We used to have Mary of the upside down bathtub.
What?
You take a bathtub and you cut it in half, or you bury it halfway,
So that's
and
what
then you've
makes
got
the
your
half shell.
dome to put
Yeah.
the baby Jesus in there, or whatever you want, Saint Anthony or
So
whatever.
do we want to make a little shrine so that Dickie can make an annual pilgrimage to the house, even when the new people live there, and just a little visit?
Oh, man.
That just gets a little creepy.
Oh,
but, you know.
God. Oh, man. Yesterday, my great brother-in-law power blasted the house.
Oh, nice. Power wash, good.
There we have azaleas out front of the house.
I love it.
I mean, like the house is now. I mean, it's almost as if we were going to live
I
there.
was going to say,
this is the problem.
You know what's going to happen now? It's going to be so nice that now we're not going to sell it. Because why don't we keep it? We made it so nice.
Listen, everybody, it's 7 o'clock.
Jessica Martin, do you do property management?
I do, yes.
Yeah,
there you go.
Son of a gun.
Just ask that. How to ask that question.
This is perfect.
Yes.
Man, oh man.
Let's just
Okay.
get a new test.
Bob just had this go off in his head.
I know what I'm going to do.
Oh man. So I got a perfect song for my sweet honey. You are the Sweet Honey in the Rock. You know Sweet Honey in the Rock, the group?
Yes.
Get it,
Sweet
bees?
Honey and
Yeah.
the Rock. Love
Yeah.
them.
Okay. I found a perfect song for us. It's from their album, Still the Same Me. This is what you're saying every time you leave the Plass household. It's called "Oh My Goodness, Look at This Mess."
Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up. Everybody sing. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up. Tell me why now. There's a puzzle piece under the chair, and the comb for my new doll's hair. The race cars that I love to share. How did they get under there? Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up. Whoa.
Oh my goodness, look over there. Stuffed animals are everywhere. If I don't put my things away, how will I find it when it's time to play?
Tell me now. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up. Tell me now. Why are these crumbs all over the floor? My mama asks when she comes in the door. Is it from the cookies I gave you to eat when you asked me for a treat? Uh-oh now. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up.
The basketball sitting in the hall. Computer games just about to fall. And what is that over on the wall? I don't want to get in trouble at all. Oh no!
Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up.
Let me see. Put all my toys back in the box. And then pick up all my dirty socks. Then put my books back on the shelf. Hey, I'm so proud of myself.
Hey, oh my goodness, look at this mess. I'm the one who made it, I do confess. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at this mess. I think I better clean it up. Oh.
Now everything is back in place. And me Baba has a smile on his face.
Yeah, boy.
I must admit, I feel pretty good. Feeling up like I knew that I should.
Oh my goodness, look at me. Accepting responsibility. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at me. Growing up positively. One more time now. Oh my goodness, look at me. Accepting responsibility. Yeah, boy. Oh my goodness, look at me. Growing up positively. That's the first time. Growing up positively.
I'm so proud of myself.
Growing up positively. One more time now. Growing up positively.
Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours. Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, and it is May 18th, 2021, and counting. And Jay is on his way to his workplace. We've got here in my backyard, we've got Jessica Martin, glorious realtor, glorious beekeeper, glorious book reader who is returned to the fold here. You know, there are people who make you happy, and then there are people who really make you happy. And Jessica is one of those that always makes me feel like, you know, things are okay. Jessica's in the world.
Thank you. That same feeling is mutual.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Jessica Martin, and if people ever wanted to meet you or talk to you for therapy or what or question,
Now
how do they
booking
reach
therapy sessions? And apparently I work very late into the evening. So if you need a therapy session at
man.
11 p.m., feel free to call my cell phone.
Oh, my.
You must draw boundaries, Jessica Martin.
JessicaMartinRealty.com is where you can find me. And I'm on all the social medias, and reach out anytime. I'm happy to answer any questions about houses or bees or, you know,
or
life.
books that you want to recommend?
Yes. Yes. Just
What the hell?
Just reach out, please.
This is really good. Hey, do you know what today is?
Today is apparently it's a lot of things.
Yeah. Peter, let's put up our background for a minute and tell and then see if Jessica can guess what today is. Put that.
Hey, thanks for the cue on that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll talk. So parent, there we are. Here, wait a minute. I gotta.
Hold on, Bob.
You're in the way of the painting.
Bob, I don't need to do that. I can do that.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, we're faded out.
Yes.
National, I don't know.
What? No. Take a look at that painting.
I'm looking at the painting.
Okay. For everybody on the radio, it is an older woman sitting in a chair profile.
I feel like I should know who painted this too. Like it's not coming to me right away.
Have you seen that painting before?
What's the name of the painting?
It looks familiar. Yeah, I'm like it's old woman staring off into space.
She's sitting right beside me here. Actually, she's staring at you. It looks like it. Yeah. It's a mother. Do you know what she's somebody's mother? There's a clue.
I'm like I hear the.
There's a clue.
Whistling.
Hear it?
No. Whistling. Yes.
Whistler's mother.
Whistler's mother.
Today is Whistler's Mother Day, incidentally.
Whistler's Mother Day. Who painted this?
It was Whistler.
Bob doesn't know? It's not in your script, Bob?
No, I know who it is.
Whistler.
Of course. This is a picture of Anna McNeil Whistler that was painted by her son. What's her son's first name? All I got, I forgot
Whistler.
God.
It's not in our notes.
No. Holy mother. Peter, would you just check? I know it's a 3.
Bob.
He has.
Chip, you know what? You just made the list.
Oh, good.
Oh, no. Oh, here we go.
All right.
Whistler's mother.
Who is it? The interesting thing about this painting, it is the painting.
James Abbott McNeil Whistler.
James Abbott McNeil Whistler.
That's a name.
He was a painter who, it was around the turn of the century, I think, right?
Painted in 1871.
Yeah. Oh, that's not the turn of the century, just prior to.
Previously.
30 years before. This painting is known as Whistler's Mother, but the real name for this painting is not Whistler's Mother. It is called something like a composition in black and white. Did you know that? That this painting has been named for by the American public. This painting and maybe that painting of the American Gothic, you know, of the two people with the pitchfork.
The pitchfork, yeah.
And, what other painting is very, very famous in America? Oh, the Mona Lisa.
Sure.
But this is up there with the Mona Lisa.
That's what I was going to say, is how did Whistler's Mother get its own day? I've never heard of another painting, although I do feel like everything has a national day now. So.
Well, this painting has been on stamps and everything, and this is in tribute. And in fact, there's a statue in some place in Pennsylvania of this painting.
Why?
It's made its way into popular culture in so many.
I can see
things.
doing Vincent van Gogh.
Yeah. Whistler was so poor he pawned this painting. at one point, and then it was acquired by the Musée de Luxembourg in Luxembourg. And he is known for composing, and this is an interesting thing, that if you look at this painting, you got the mother who's sort of sitting there, profile, and then there is, you'll notice there's a curtain over to the left. That's a composition there, and then their picture on the wall. It's all about where people are posed, okay, and all kinds of myths.
I like the footrest.
Oh, look at, she's got a little footrest, and my gosh, she's a tall woman, don't you think?
I was just going to say,
it is stretched a
on
little
the
bit.
screen,
Yeah,
right?
it's
It should
stretched.
be a little more compact. Yeah.
It is, yeah.
It's stretched.
I think she was about 5 foot. It's someplace in the notes. I'll have to find it, but I think she was about 5'7" or 5'8". And there was a myth that said the reason why she was painted sitting is because her feet were bad or something, and she needed to sit. She said, "I'm your mother. Give me a chair." No. He wanted this, and it's called an arrangement in gray and black number 1. That's the real name for this picture, everybody.
Because the only true color is her face.
Well, that's really true. If you see black and white, and it's gray and black, all kinds of grays and blacks, and it's really kind of beautiful. So
can I go back to the azaleas now?
Now we can go back to the azaleas. There we are. Now this is another view. This is the other one was the cherry trees in my backyard. This is the azalea plant. Now, how did I do on the composition of this painting? Speaking of arrangements in purple and green,
it's a little better.
This is a little
good
better.
Balance.
Yeah.
Purple and green are a good combination.
Yeah, and you notice I wanted this vertical line right there, so I put a tree right there.
Yes, no,
that
great job.
tree right there that's right next to my
Is it
azalea
a happy
bush.
little tree? We'll call you Bob Ross.
Yeah, it's a little, yeah.
Happy
That is a larch tree, which is very rare for some reason. James wanted to cut it down because it didn't look like it had a lot of...
Oh, are we sitting in your actual yard right now?
This is right my backyard.
I like it.
Yeah, there we are. So when you come over for the wine this summer, we'll be able to sit back there. The only thing that I don't like, I'm not fond of the chain link fence that looks out on West Silver Street there. Do you like chain link fences?
They're definitely good for keeping pets and kids safe.
Yeah.
But not the most decorative. But they do make
Bob,
stuff you can attach to the fence to make it look a little more natural.
I know somebody who does fences, you know.
Oh, yeah. Oh, who is it? You?
No.
Who?
My brother.
Your brother
owns a fence company.
No.
Yes.
See?
I had no idea. Look at that. Okay, we're putting that right down on the list. Right on the list.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
And who doesn't know a guy, he's the guy.
We've got a guy for that.
All right, so
yeah, Jessica too. I
That's
do know
good.
somebody.
That's good to know. I will take that information.
Today
is
also National Visit Your Relatives Day, Jessica.
Well, that's great because after this, I'm going to visit my mother in her nursing home. It's Tuesday
Yay!
morning, and that's when I get to see my mommy every week. Yeah.
Oh my God!
You
and
build that into your schedule?
You could tell her that
Very
it's
exciting.
Whistler's Mother Day
I
as
will.
well.
She'll enjoy Whistler's Mother Day.
Whistler's Mother, and it's also Send an Electric Greeting Card Day.
E-card day.
Yeah. Now, do you?
Good Lord.
Do you? I don't know. Do you send those things?
I don't send e-cards. I do send a lot of greeting cards. And I did get into.
Oh, I love your greeting cards.
During the pandemic, I found a little app that you can send a postcard. So you can take a picture from your phone and make it into a postcard, and then they mail it out for you. So you're not actually physically handwriting the card or doing it. So I've sent a few of those. I sent a ton of them to my mother.
Yeah. Do you remember the place to do that?
Yes, it's called Touch Note. It's an app on your phone, and it's like $2 a postcard, but you could put any picture you want, and you can add like stickers and memes and all the little stuff, and then they just pop it in the mail for you, and you can type any message you want on the back. They're very cute, so I did send a lot of those.
Touchnote.com.
But yeah, no, I definitely, I love sending the mail, but I don't do a lot of e-cards. I don't do a lot of emailing to people I know in real life. Like I consider email to be a work tool. So like I don't send a lot of emails to my friends or people I see in real life on a personal level.
You're not sending emails to Sean. Your
Correct.
husband?
Yes.
Ever?
God, I hope
Exactly
not.
right.
No.
Yes.
Do you
No
text
emails
Sean?
to Sean? I do occasionally, but Sean is a anti-phone person.
Ah.
So if I expect to get in touch with him, I have to call him at work. If we're not together, like I'll call the landline at work.
Yeah.
Or if I text him or call him, I'll wait 24 hours for him to get back to me.
Oh my God! You know, it's National Cheese Souffle Day as well.
Whoa.
Now-
Are
now-
you whipping one of those up this evening?
I don't think I'd have much. I don't know. I don't think my souffle will rise.
You can't get the souffle to rise?
You know, you reach a certain age, your souffle doesn't rise.
Good to
What
know.
about you? Have you made cheese souffles?
I
ever?
have never attempted a souffle. I've seen friends cook them, and it does look incredibly difficult.
What? How does it? It doesn't have yeast in there. What
I
makes
know.
it
What's
puff up like that?
What does make it puff up, and how come it's so temperamental? Like, why isn't we figured it out over time? Like, how do you just make the souffle and have it come out properly? Like,
Well, you don't. Once you start to eat the souffle, doesn't it?
kind of like
collapses?
Yeah, you're but it's not supposed to, right? Is that it's supposed
See,
to?
I don't know. I thought it was just sort of in the presentation. It's supposed to look like blown up.
And then it just falls in on itself
And it falls in
tastes
on itself?
delicious.
I have no idea. But anyway, happy Cheese Souffle Day.
Cheese souffle day.
Yeah. And it's also American Craft Beer Week.
Oh, week, not just a day for the
you need
American
more than
craft
that.
beer.
No,
You're
American
getting the whole
craft
week,
beer,
'cause
yeah.
there's so many of them now.
You're a beer drinker.
Not so much lately. I did used to enjoy beer, especially in the summertime, a nice cold beer. But the beers now have gotten way out of hand for me personally. There's
You
too
mean
many,
in terms of price or?
no, it's just there's too many flavors and this hops and that thing, and it's just not. There's too many choices, I guess. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Decision fatigue sets in when they hand you a menu with 50 choices of beer, and I'm like, I don't even know where to start.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'll choose something else.
Well, hey, I wonder if we could have Peter Coles. Are you right there? Oh,
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, could you just answer a question for us?
I'll try.
What makes a souffle rise? Make it puffy.
Asking Google.
I think it's carbon dioxide.
All right. That when you're eating a souffle, does the souffle, when you stick the fork into the souffle, does it collapse like a balloon?
Yes.
So
and it can collapse on its own too. That's
well,
the
I
magic
know.
of a
Yeah,
souffle.
yeah. Jay, have you had a souffle rise or fall
Have
in
you
the
had
midst
your
of your
cheese
life?
souffle today?
Well, as I mentioned, as I had to walk out of the room shortly ago, you don't want me cooking for you. So have I ever paid much attention to a souffle? I don't know what a souffle is, but nobody wants one to fall. That's
yeah,
all
but
I
we
know.
don't know what
It
makes
sounds bougie,
It's not
too,
like,
like a
baking
souffle is
powder or
like
baking
When the egg
soda.
mixture is baked at 350 degrees, those air bubbles trapped in the egg whites expand, making the souffle rise. The heat also causes protein to stiffen a bit, and along with the fat from the yolk, it forms a kind of scaffold that keeps the souffle from collapsing.
Is that like a popover?
Well, I was
Similar,
thinking
yeah,
it's
very
similar.
similar.
Yeah, similar, but
the
a
only thing
popover
I've ever-
keeps its shape.
The only thing I know as a kid in a souffle
Yeah.
is the Three Stooges were making one once, and it exploded and made a mess. So that's all I remember about a souffle.
Oh, gotcha.
souffle.
Yeah. Well, it is National Cheese Souffle. So go home and Day. Marion is going to make you a cheese souffle. You hear
sure
that,
she
Marion?
is.
Get out the. I'm going to try and make a
Go
cheese
home
souffle.
and tell your wife it's souffle
Yeah.
day.
Oh, yeah, that'll get me points. Yeah.
Yeah, really, really. So, at any rate, we are honoring you with our music today. Peter, we're going to play the 7:15 song as planned. I'm going to play you a song from The Sting because you are a beekeeper.
I did get stung last week, so thank you for
You
honoring
got
that.
stung.
Yes.
It happens, Bob.
It
She's
always
a
happens.
Was it a big bee or a small bee?
It was a small bee. It was a lady worker. They're the ones that sting in the hive. The queen can sting, but won't usually sting you as the beekeeper. And the male bees, the drones, don't sting at all. So it was a lady worker. She got caught in my hand, and I closed my hand on her. So
That's a natural reaction.
My fault, not hers.
Yeah.
Now, was there a murder after she stung you?
Yes, of course. Which is
No, what
unfortunate.
happened?
They die. When
die.
they sting. Yeah, their little stinger comes out and stays in your hand, and then they fly away. But it pulls their little entrails out the back, and
Oh my!
their little
no.
life is over.
Bob, bees
Yes.
die automatically when they sting you.
So that's what happens. Wait a minute, their entrails come out of
Yeah,
them?
the stinger stays in, and it it's breaking away from their body, so it kind of disembowels. The
Yeah.
This is
when you tear away a
tragic.
carapace.
And
It's a carapace.
Yes,
Carapace.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you've been stung as many times as I have, you can actually see, you can see it happening. Like when you feel it and you look and the bee is still attached to you, and then you watch them kind of pull away, and you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry about that, but have a nice day."
Oh, Bob, now we have to play a sad song.
Oh man! So no, this is a great song.
In mourning of all the bees that sting.
Can you tell me who starred in the movie The Sting?
Robert Redford.
And who?
Oh God, I don't know who PA.
Oh, come on.
That was a huge cast.
Paul
right?
Newman. Come
Paul
on.
Newman and Robert Redford. Yeah, this was this after Sundance Kid, I think. This movie came after the Sundance
I
Kid.
believe you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a good movie. Jessica looked like she'd never seen the movie.
Have you never seen this movie?
I've not seen this movie.
Oh,
Can I
go
go
see it.
immediately watch it tonight?
Yes.
Oh,
It's a good movie.
Classic.
Oh, yeah. It's a classic, and it uses the music of Scott Joplin.
Yes, it does.
The great black ragtime composer. Incredible.
I love
The-
ragtime.
yeah, the Entertainer was the big hit. Believe it or not, it became a big hit on the radio. Scott Joplin wrote in the late 1800s, I think, into the early part of the 20th century. And his music, The Entertainer, became very, very popular on the boards, and this was a very popular album. But
It was on the radio. Remember the radio?
there we are. Da 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 dum. Here's the Entertainer. Ba 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 bum ba ba dum ba. No, that's the Dating Game.
We're going to hear this.
No, we're not
We're
going to.
gonna
I'm
hear
not
this in
playing.
a minute,
I'm not
Bob.
going
Don't
to
sing it,
No, I'm not going to play the Entertainer. I'm going to play a Marvin Hamlish tune. He wrote the rest of the score. This is The Glove.
I
it's
told
called.
you about that tune to play this other tune.
Yes, yeah.
Let's just play the tune.
No, we're going to play The Glove from The Sting, dedicated to the honey sitting next to me.
Thank you.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
This is Ken Stomsky from Ken's Den on WCPC 15 and 89.5 FM, Tuesdays, 8 to 10.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning. It is May. It is the 18th of May. For some
Hey,
reason...
Bob, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Enjoy your ride, Peter, wherever you're going. I hope he's not leaving for good.
He
Was
just
it something
left us.
I
We're
said?
on our own,
Yeah,
Bob.
man. May 18th.
Let's take over the station.
Yeah.
It's like
May,
what was the
Pirate Radio.
FM? Yeah,
Pirate Radio.
FM.
May 18th. For some reason, I thought that this weekend was May 22nd and 23rd, and I couldn't get it out of my mind. It might have had something to do with hitting my head.
You do have, you're concussed.
I'm concussed. But for weeks now, I've been thinking this weekend, I can't seem to shake it for some reason, that we just celebrated May 22nd and May 23rd. But why am I telling you that? Well,
I give up.
Oh, I know. So at any rate, that got me to thinking about movies that I remembered for some reason. I was trying to remember movies because I said, oh my God, I forgot the date. I thought this was May 23rd. I was acting like it was May 23rd. I canceled it.
How does one act on May 23rd?
Well,
just so I know what to do next weekend.
My friend Paul Karen was going to have a party. And it was I thought it was on May 23rd, and I wrote him to tell him that I was not coming to the May 23rd party because we had a family gathering. Well, it turned out the family gathering, and so he wrote back and said, no, it's on May 22nd. Mm-hmm. So I wrote him back and I said, oh gosh, and tomorrow I've got and it was true that I had another event tomorrow. That I was cleaning the house or something with my sister or brother. So then he said, no, May 22nd, and it's next weekend. I'm telling you.
So before anyone forgets, today is not any of those dates. Today is May 18th.
May 18th. May 18th.
Hey, before we came back on the air, we were talking about restaurants we remember from the area.
Yeah.
And do you what were some of your favorite restaurants here in the area that are no longer here?
Fitzwilly's in
Fitzwilly's in Northampton is still there.
Oh no, Beardsley's. That's what I was thinking.
What?
Beardsley's.
Beardsley. That I remember.
Beardsley was wonderful in Northampton. And here, of course, the Canton, which was a Chinese restaurant during my youth. The Highland Hotel, where you get a great lobster. They tore down the streets. It's down near Boland Way down there in Springfield. The Highland Hotel. So there we go.
The one that I miss in the area for some personal reasons is on the way out to Russell. What was the restaurant on the Sheraton Inn. Yeah. Sheraton Inn. And when as kids we used to call it the Lobster Place because it had a picture of a lobster on the front.
That's right. And every time I drove by, because it had a lobster outside, I connected it with the Hotel Sheraton, the Sheraton Hotels. And I said,
it was nothing to do with that.
This is so strange. It's the Sheraton Inn, and
why do they have
I don't even see a place to stay.
Nothing to do with that.
Had nothing to do with that.
That's where I asked Marion to marry me.
Oh.
Oh my God! There's a plaque there now.
Is it?
Actually, there are flowers and everything, and
it's a shrine.
There's a picture of you. There's a statue of you under a bathtub.
Oh,
under the hood of a bathtub. Hey, Jess, we have to talk a book.
We do.
We have to talk.
We must.
Peter, Jay, and Peter, Stanley. No, what's his name? Stanley King.
King.
Stanley King, his brother, has written a book. Now, tell us all about. I'm thrilled when Jessica said to me, let's read a Stephen King novel. And I thought, there is no way I'm going to read a Stephen King novel.
Because they're all very long.
Yeah. They're like 5,000 pages. Wow.
No, I love a short King book. It's
and so
great.
Suddenly, on the bestseller list right now, is a not only a short Stephen King, but an inexpensive Stephen King.
Yes.
So tell everybody about this.
Those hard case crime books are great. And he did another one, Joyland, came out quite a few years ago now, but it's also like a little crime novel. And he does stick in a little supernatural stuff, even when it's a detective story, which is fun. But yeah, they're just paperbacks. They look like little mass market paperbacks, and you can get a brand new book for $7.99.
Oh, hey,
with a
speaking
super
of that,
cool pulp cover. Like, they're really great paintings on the covers. Do you have it with you? I almost
Stephen
brought
King
one.
Pulp
I
Fiction?
do.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
it's very cool. Show that to the camera.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
even
like one
it's
of
more like a
those
trade
old-
paperback.
Like
than a mass market, too.
I'll bring it up to the camera here. Wait a minute.
You're gonna walk it up.
I'm gonna walk it up since Peter is gone.
You
He's
could
left
have him,
us.
You could have him zoom in on it later too.
Yeah.
But
No, we'll walk up. Tell everybody.
Way too elaborate here.
this is very serious. So later is how old is our main character when we start? He's like 9 years old. 9 years old. And it's a 9-year-old
No, you got to turn it a little bit. That's better. Okay, otherwise it was flashing.
Oh yeah, no glare.
No
Great
glare.
cover, though. But this kid has
Good enough.
He has the gift like the Sixth Sense kid with the Bruce Willis movie where he sees dead people. So it's not quite The Shining. It's a different sort of superpower, or supernatural power. But he has a gift where right after someone passes, he can sort of see them, their essence, their spirit, and they will talk to him. But it's the dead people only can tell the truth.
That's right.
So
Dead people can
he
only
can
tell
ask
the
them
truth.
questions and help kind of solve mysteries.
I had never heard that.
Yeah. So it was a brand new trope to me too. Like that was the thing. Like you could talk to this ghost, but it could only tell the truth. So if you asked it a question, it had to answer you truthfully.
And the subtitle for this: "Only the dead have no secrets."
Yes.
So just imagine that somebody dies who has stolen a lot of money
and hidden it.
Ooh.
Yes. And you had a young boy who could see the dead and talk to the dead.
Yes.
And ask the dead a point-blank question.
Yes.
And that point-blank question would be,
where's the money?
Yeah.
Where's the money?
Yeah.
And you've got the essence of a Stephen King novel.
Yes. Yeah, no, and I thought it was fantastically written. The characters were great. His voice was so great. I love the way that Stephen King writes kid characters because even now at his age, he still can just capture a kid that you believe is a real kid. Like you just get into that storyline and the internal dialogue of a 9-year-old.
And it's written by, it's written in the voice of the
as
young
a younger
kid.
Man. Yeah,
so it's like a coming of age.
Yeah, it's super fun. But yeah, he's got that little power. So of course, someone's going to take advantage of that, and hijinks ensues. Right
now, the interesting thing.
Too much plot, but
there's a surprising amount of things that happen in this
such
small
a short book. Yeah.
There are only 260 pages, and it's one of those books that you could read very fast, and you get hooked by the first sentence or two. Listen to this. I don't like to start with an apology. There's probably even a rule against it, like never ending a sentence with a preposition. But after reading over the 30 pages I've written so far, I feel like I have to give you an apology. It's about a certain word I keep using. I learned a lot of 4-letter words from my mother and used them from an early age, as you will find out. But this is one of 5 letters. The word is later, as in later on. And later I found out. And it was only later that I realized. I know it's repetitive, but I had no choice because my story starts where I still believed in Santa Claus and the Tooth Fairy, although even at 6, I had my doubts.
Yes.
Unbelievably well written.
See, now I can understand that. Later, when you're a kid, later is a bad word. I want to go get ice cream later. Yep. Yeah, that's not a good, because later seems like forever.
Later implies like decades.
Oh yeah,
That's very fluid to say later.
I remember vividly being a kid and being told not now, later, tomorrow, and I says, oh man, that's never going to come.
No, later, and in fact, that's what I say to Frankie all the time when he wants me to walk him, and I'll say later, and I'm thinking, the more I say it, will he be able to get this concept?
Gonna bite your leg.
Yeah,
Does he not?
he doesn't. He doesn't. I still don't think so. But the interesting thing about later is that what happens in his childhood is very important for later.
Yes.
Somebody said that this book was vintage Stephen King, written in an old way, the way Stephen King used to write.
Interesting. Yeah, I could kind of see that.
And I wondered.
Going back to like Salem's Lot, Carrie, that type
Yes.
of. Yep.
Yeah. The mother of Stephen, or the young man in the book. What's the kid's name in the book?
What is his
Oh
name?
God.
Is he a Jake?
Jake. I think,
Later.
yeah. Jamie.
Jamie.
Jamie Coughlin. Yeah. His mother is a single mother, right?
Yes.
She also
She runs a publishing company. Yep.
She runs a publishing company. And so I think it's not giving out any plot lines other than the plot.
Other than the plot. Give it away.
That she is working for, and she's I like the editor or something of this
Yes.
guy who's a very famous mystery writer.
Yep.
And he is working on what he has been calling his masterpiece.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, it's like the final book in a very long series of books that is very popular. And of course,
Yeah.
doesn't finish it.
Well, he doesn't finish it because he dies. So, Jay, he doesn't finish this book because he dies. So, what do you think the mother uses her kid for?
To ask him what the end of the book is going to be.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then she
I just stumbled on that.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a wise guy.
No, that's it. And then she does it one step further. She says, "Hey, we can make some money."
She writes the book. Yes.
I'm still going back to where's the treasure buried.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's in there too.
Oh, there is treasure?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
we're just
alive.
giving away the whole book
In
now.
very
Oh, no.
pages. There's a lot of mysteries and mysteries
Oh man.
solved.
And at the time that she writes the book and becomes really wealthy because she's like the agent for this man, and so that is the premise and the plot of this. And I would say for me, it was one of those books that you could read in a day.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
If
It's one of
you're
those
really-
great beach read. Like you can just spend the whole day flipping the pages. Like definitely.
Yeah.
I'll have to buy that for Marion for the beach this week. Yeah.
Oh man, yeah. And she'll probably really be. There are not. It's a horror book as well.
Yeah. Well, you can't get Stephen King without horror. It doesn't.
Is that right?
I think so. I mean, there's some books like again Joyland. There's other books that aren't primarily horror, but he always tucks something in because again, there's a little bit of violence and gore in here, but it's not an overwhelming amount. Fantastic characters, great little plot twists. So it has everything that you like from Stephen King in one package without being too long and without being too scary.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. He also wrote The Colorado Kid.
Yes,
It's
that's
a
a
hard crime.
fantastic
Yeah,
one. Yep.
Yeah. So there are 3 hard crime books that you could read: Joyland, The Colorado Kid, and Later. I'm wondering, what would you give this book?
On the 5-star system, 5 stars only, Bob, I would give it
5 stars.
I'm going to go probably 4.5 on this one because it's not a perfect book. A 5 would be the most perfect book, but it's a 4.5 because again, quick read, kept me turning the pages. I loved the main character's voice, and I just thought it was a super fun book to read.
Does the main character change at all during this book?
I think his voice is pretty even across the board, even from youth to adult, because again, you get that full bridge.
Sure. Because he's writing it as an adult.
Yep.
So you're getting the voice of the kid, of him as a young person, and then it progresses to
as he gets older.
to the end. Yeah.
I don't know, because again, he talks about he's a little bit jaded the whole time, so he talks about himself as a child that way. I feel like he's pretty even.
Were you surprised that there's a real character change in one of the characters? The character, yes,
the police officer. That's in the
this
book.
is a police officer here, Jay. It looks like it's a sexual thing going on. She's very sexy, leaning against a Corvette or something here in the car, and she's a police officer who happens to be also her mother's friend, girlfriend,
or lover.
Yeah, or lover, as we might say. And
there's something for everyone. In
yeah.
Now
And
you have my attention.
Yeah. And so this young boy has two mothers in the beginning of the book.
Yes.
And then they break up.
Yes.
And it's a bad breakup.
And it does not go well for the police officer.
Yes. Yeah.
She doesn't handle it well.
And so there's a switch. The character came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
For me. It was a real surprise.
Yep.
What happens to this young policewoman?
Yep.
And how she loves the kid.
Yes.
And the kid loves her. And what do you do when you're in a relationship with somebody and you love that kid? Well, and you love that kid so much, and then the relationship dies. What do you do about that? Are you still part of that kid's life? I mean, there are questions like that a lot. But so you put all that together. For me, the book is more 3 1/4, 4.
Okay.
I love the fact that I could read it and get it through. I was on my seat the whole time.
Nice.
You know, it's a page turner. The surprise ending, I didn't see coming. And I'm surprised at that because I thought I knew the ending. You ever saw a movie or read a book and you think you know where it's going, and then all of a sudden, no, it's not that.
That's always a good surprise.
Yeah, always a very, very good surprise. So I'm giving it a 3 1/4, maybe 4 on a good day.
Okay.
But so I think that's pretty.
That's
pretty
good. Again, I'm very happy to have read Stephen King with you. That's the when you're reading outside
Oh, yeah.
of your genre.
I would read this book. I did read the book.
You did read this book.
But I would read another one of these hard crime things by him.
They're great.
And the back of it, I forgot to say that sometimes growing up means facing your demons.
Yes.
Very interesting. So he takes that premise and faces a lot of demons in this book.
Yes.
It's got good reviews, great reviews. So we recommend it. It is being published by Hard Case Crimes. And Hard Case Crimes is this his publisher regular?
No, he's only done those 3 books through Hard Case.
That's right. And it's Titan books, so it's different even than his regular books, which are probably published by Random House or bigger house.
I was going to say Simon & Schuster, somebody,
Yeah. So anyway, there we are. Later. Now, when we come back, we're going to discuss one of the books that we read before and the novel, the television series based on this book.
Oh, okay.
When we come back. But I'm going to play in honor of you. Okay.
Yes, please.
Peter, let's play the 7:40. No, let's play the 7:30 song. This is a song that was recommended by our great Wisconsin friend, Chris Homan. It has nothing to do with you, actually.
That's okay. Shout out to Chris.
It's got yeah.
She should be offended. The rest of the show is about her.
I can share the spotlight.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, it's nothing to do with it. And because, I wanted to prove that Jessica is one of the kindest people alive. So she is so kind. We've dedicated every song to you, but this one doesn't have anything to do with you. It's actually about, it's a gospel song. And the singer is an old gospel man who had a career in the 70s. He began singing in the 40s, but he came from a line of sharecroppers who made turpentine. He's an African-American black guy who plays guitar and piano, and his name is Brother Thetis Taylor. And interestingly enough, there is not a lot of music recorded by him. He recorded a few singles for Savannah's Pitch Records in the 70s, and he played on stages all over the place, including the Apollo Theater. But he made tapes of himself all the time, and he is so good. So let's hear If I Could Just Hold On Till Tomorrow. If I can just hold on till tomorrow, Jessica, maybe we'll sell the house.
Yes, yes.
Maybe.
From me, telling me where could I go? Where I just fall out. If I just hold out and wait until tomorrow. Everything I believe is gonna be. I'm gonna say it one more time. Well, I just hold out and wait until tomorrow. And if I just keep the faith through the night, if I just wait until tomorrow.
Underwriting is brought to you by Boise Cascade Distribution, providing products and services needed for building material dealers, home improvement centers, and industrial customers. They offer everything from engineered wood and plywood to Drex decking and railing, James Hardie siding, and Advantech subfloor. Located at 33 Fowler Street Extension in Westfield and on the web at bc.com, they are committed to providing quality products, great service, convenience, and value.
I'm Mark Auerbach. Join me every Friday at 8 a.m. for ArtsBeat, where you'll meet interesting actors, directors, designers, and musicians here in Western New England.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM, WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it is Tuesday. It is May 18th. This is not the 23rd.
Nope.
No.
18th.
No.
Don't
All
go
day.
there
No,
again.
no.
All day.
Wow, it's Tuesday.
No. Yeah. Wow, it's Tuesday. I'm Bob Plass, Jessica Martin from Jessica Martin Realty and the Martin Hives, which you can see on Facebook. Jay Pagluca is in the Kathy Palmer room over there. Under
Well,
glass.
Kathy Palmer will not be in the Kathy Palmer room today because she is hosting Ken's Den with
That's
Ken being
right.
away.
I forgot that. And we have Peter Coles, the kitten of the keys, right there. Yeah. Hey, everybody, I got to recommend a television series. Prime's wonderful series called The Underground Railroad. We read this book when was it, last year or so, I think. It was a National Book Award winner by Colson Whitehead. And it is produced in a 10-episode series on Amazon, on Prime, I think.
It's Amazon Prime.
Yeah, Amazon Prime. I got to say, we're on episode 5. There are 10 of them. I have never seen a more beautifully photographed series in my life.
Nice.
This is not for the folks who want to laugh. This is the story of slavery as it really was, and the producer Barry Jenkins is an Academy Award writer who wrote Moonlight, and I directed Moonlight years ago, which was up for an Academy Award himself. He has chosen to film this in a way that really shows you the horror of slavery, and it gives you a sense of the history of the black man in America from all sides. I cannot recommend this more highly. It's slow going in its way. It takes its time, but it takes its time deliberately, and the relationships that are talked about, I cannot recommend it enough. So, Jess, you're going to have to go out and do that.
It is in my queue. I definitely saw that was coming out. The book is, again, incredibly dark and sad, but so beautifully written that if they do the book justice, it's going to be awesome to watch it.
Yeah, I think we gave that book 5s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, it's time for a game.
Oh, boy.
Peter Cole, where are you? Let's play that Curb Your Enthusiasm, everybody. Curb Your Enthusiasm. We're gonna play a game that I call Stephen King is the king.
Okay.
This is all about Stephen King.
It's good to be the king.
Okay.
Okay. Answer these questions.
It's good to be the king.
Okay. Stephen King, true or false?
Oh boy.
Was born in Portland, Maine.
False. Connecticut. Bridgeport.
Wrong.
Ah!
No, he was born in Portland, Maine.
He was born in
Maine? In 1947, yeah.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Then came to Connecticut?
Yeah.
I thought his
Well, there was a
younger years
Portland,
were in
Connecticut.
Oh, yeah, I think he actually lived several places. De Pere, Wisconsin, Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Stratford, Connecticut. There we go.
Son of a
Yeah,
gun.
yeah. When he was 11, he returned to Durham, Maine, to care for his mother and father until they died.
Never left since.
That's exactly right. Now, can you tell me this? His father changed his name.
Oh.
Did you know that?
No.
He wasn't a king.
His father's name? or
His father changed his name to King.
Oh, the last name.
Interesting.
What was the original name?
His name was Pollock, like the fish. Yeah. All right, wait a minute. Now let me find this question. When he was writing Cujo, true or false, he was under the influence of drugs.
100% true. I'm confident on that one.
He's 100% true.
Yes.
Jay?
Was Cujo that weird a book?
Well, the funny, I think it's a Stephen King quote, is that he wrote Cujo and then says, I don't even remember writing that.
That's
Okay,
That's
all right.
exactly that's
the hint.
That's exactly right.
And Cujo's a good book.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, no, Cujo's a good book because it's not what you think it is. That's one of the things I love about Stephen King so much is that pop culture makes you think you know what these things are or you've seen the movie.
And he
So
turns that on its head.
Yes,
Heartbeat.
you think
Yeah.
Cujo is just a story about a rabid dog that, tears up a town.
Right.
That's not what the book is at all. Of course, the dog is in there, but there's so much more in the book. It's amazing.
Uh-huh. Can you tell me Stephen King's pen name? Is it?
Yes, I can tell it to you without
Okay.
multiple choice. Do you want to still give the multiple choices?
Sure. John Martin,
No.
Richard Bachman.
Yes.
Richard Bachman.
He's Richard Bachman, yes.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
7 books by Richard
Richard
Bachman.
Bachman.
How did you know that?
Richard Bachman is, because I've read almost everything. I have not read everything by Stephen King yet, but almost all of it. And Bachman was his very darker, more violent, grimy pen name.
What? There's a
I know,
worse
yeah.
Stephen King?
Yeah, some of the books by Bachman are like Rage, which I don't even think you can get anymore because that's about a classroom shooting, but written.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Before we had so many of those in history, yeah.
All right. In a related thing, there was a very famous high-end super group in the 70s that opened their tour as Soft White Underbelly. And they would come and play small clubs.
I love that.
To practice and and test their material. Soft White Underbelly. Who was the group?
The Velvet Underground.
No.
No.
Soft White.
But good guess though.
Soft White Underbelly.
Soft White Underbelly.
The fuzzy. The fuzzy something.
Blue Oyster Cult.
Blue.
And I saw them in West Hartford when they were doing.
And that is the thing. Like, there's a lot of bands that do that. Like, if you're a real fan and you know the fake name, you can get in on like a little tiny show. Yeah.
Yeah, and there might have been 300-400 people there in West Hartford, and and we got to see them, and it was a unique thing. But it's because I'd played the room so often.
Sure.
That's how
Awesome.
we found out about it.
Sean's band did that a couple times back in the day too, like just a pre-tour rehearsal show, and they would just be called something else, and it would just be like a regular club on some night, and then you'd be like, oh my God, these guys are here. This is great.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Here's another question.
Oh, here we go. Back to the game.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yes. The first novel he wrote after becoming sober.
Oh.
All right. Was
which time?
Okay.
Yeah.
Salem's Lot.
Okay.
The Stand or Needful Things.
I'm going with Needful Things.
Really?
It's The Stand?
She is a diehard.
Oh, I did. I got it?
You are a
Thanks. Okay.
diehard fan.
Bob's a tough read. I can't tell from his face if I
Oh
got it
my
right or not.
God. Amazing.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. He can look like he can be talking like he knows what he's doing. He still looks like he's lost.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, it's the
You're good at that.
It's
Bob.
my surgery that I had on the eyes. It's okay. All right. Now, in what book? Okay. Featured a Red Sox pitcher named Tom Gordon, who as the protagonist's imaginary companion. There was in 1999 he wrote. It might have been a short story.
The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon.
Honest to God.
Absolutely. That's another little one, much like the one we just read, where it's a young kid.
Really?
And she's lost in the woods, and highly recommend it because it's not super scary. It's kind of ambiguous. You can't really that's another really good one for people who haven't the stomach to read a 1,000-page King novel.
Nice.
The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. And it's got a lot of Red Sox stuff in it too, so.
And is he a Red Sox fan?
Yes. Yep.
And has he ever been in a movie throwing out a pitch?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. That's
yeah. In First Pitch, he throws out the Reds at the Red Sox game.
And
it's
I
Stephen
think you
King.
can see him in the stands a lot at Fenway too. I think he goes to games.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he can afford to.
Yeah. That's one of the questions here. We won't do that. Here is an interesting question for you. Which one of his children writes?
So 2 out of 3 write. Both Owen and Joe Hill are writers. So Joe Hill, Strum King, and Owen King both have written books. Yes.
And so his he writes under Joe Hill.
Yes.
Not Joe King.
Right.
So that's exactly right.
You're joking.
Yeah. No. So,
I know, right?
Joe,
Why not go with that? His name's Joking.
Joe Hill is the son of Stephen King,
Yes.
and he's written
also,
several.
He's also fantastic.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Heart-shaped box he wrote
clearly-
recently.
Clearly, you are a fan.
I'm a fan of the
King
family. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. His daughter is an interesting person.
Yeah, I can't remember. She's some sort of
Naomi.
activist or I can't remember what her actual profession
She's
is.
actually a Universalist church minister in Plantation, Florida, and she has a same-sex partner.
Yes.
Yeah, she's a lesbian. There we go. The film Fever Pitch is it's about an obsessive Red Sox fan, and he's in
the
that.
pitcher?
Yeah. So you'll have to watch that one.
Fever Pitch. I like
Fever Pitch. Many of his stories are set in the home state of Maine.
Yes.
Can you name one that won several major awards?
that was set in Maine, or
Yes, it was set in Maine.
what has won awards?
It's considered one of the greatest films of all time.
Shawshank Redemption is the film. Yes.
There,
Yeah.
honest to God.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's inside a book too. That's not a book of its own because it's a novella. That's in another book with Stand By Me too. Two of the greatest.
So in novella and Shawshank, okay.
Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
So it's called Rita Hayworth and the Shawshank Redemption.
Yes. Such
Look
a beautiful story.
we gotta send
and
you.
movie.
We gotta do
It's
it.
my Jeopardy category. I could win if it was just all Stephen King.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, Jessica, we've wasted another hour and a half together. We love having
It's
you
never
back.
wasted when we spend it together.
No. We'll be talking this
That's
week.
just way too rosy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to reach Jessica, you can see her or reach through her website, which is JessicaMartinRealty.com.
You got it.
.com. And everybody, I wish you the best. We're going to play a song that is called Jessica, written by
The Allman Brothers Band.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. So we're going to play Jessica on the way out. Thanks, Jess.
Thank you.
We will see you next time. Make sure that you donate to a charity of your choice. Be safe, make good decisions, and here is Jessica by the Allman Brothers Band.
Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. On the web at bettsplumbing.com or at 14 Coleman Avenue in Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley, with convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut. Visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. Join us the third Wednesday of every month with Selectman Joe Didi and his take on everything Southwick.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.